Hello everyone and welcome to episode 83 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel, as it is the Tag League as we end out the 2024 calendar year. Well, I guess almost, because we still have a couple of Road 2 shows to the Tokyo Dome that happen before we actually get to the Tokyo Dome, so I guess technically it's the last full episode where we're in the we end out the calendar year of 2024. And it's a bit of a late upload here, that is my apologies. Past couple of days, I have just been a sleepy mess. Not sure what's going on, but boy, I have just been very fatigued and, yawning all on. I didn't want to just be yawning the whole episode. So, I just waited a little bit to upload it, so unfortunate, but luckily it should still be out on this Wednesday, so fingers crossed there, as long as everything goes well. As we do have everything pre-booked, damn near. The final show, it's a bit of a hit and miss because we gotta fill in some spots to make sure kind of how everything kind of flows throughout the tournament. So it's not fully pre-booked, but it's damn near. I would say 90% pre-booked. But as far as the 10 teams competing in this tag league goes as follows. That's Claudio Castagnoli and Hook. The debut of Hook here in New Japan starts in this tag league. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Suzuki-gun, having him, Rex Steiner, Claudio. Like, there's an awesome list of guys in Suzuki-gun right now. And obviously, and Fred Yehi and Akira Tozawa as well. It's just it's a lot of fun matches, I think, involved in Claudio and Hook. I'm hoping they have a chemistry boost. If they don't, if it goes the opposite way, like the negative end, just kill me now. But I'm excited to see how they go about this tag league. Also have the Court of Justice, which is going to be Taichi and the Headhunter involved in this tag league. So that should be fun to see. Daniel Magabe and Jonathan Gresham representing, of course, the United Empire. Dynamic Duo Tandem, DDT, if you will, as Tetsuya Endo and Konosuke Takeshita teaming up in this tag league. That should be fun to see. As Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito of LIJ. And previous winners of the tag league, Jay White and Miro, of course, the IWGP Tag Team Champions, and, representing House of Torture, Corey Jarvis and Josh Alexander, another United Empire team. So there are two United Empire teams involved here. The Lucha Brothers, of course, Task Force Death, the Order of Destruction, of course, of Will Hobbs and Calvin Tankman, and then the Young Bucks, who are the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions as well. But, as far as that 10-team list, I think it's pretty solid, actually. I think this is going to be a hell of a tournament. As far as out of these teams, these 8 teams, legitimately think at least 9 of them, 8 or 9 of them, have a legit chance of winning, where it's a believable win. So that's awesome. It's awesome to see. Hopefully it all goes well. Hopefully nobody gets injured. That would be a travesty. But we're good to go on at least for these 8 or so tour shows, so we'll just hop right in and see where we're going to run this first show to start off the tournament, because we ran the PayPay Dome last time. I don't mind that at all. Might do that again here. Let's see, yeah, because I think the PayPay Dome, is that not... I'm about to say, yeah, I think that's Kyushu. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad call. It would still kind of be... It'd be a sellout, but it wouldn't be a full-on... I think we could probably find somewhere better, actually, if we can. Damn. QA Stadium in Miyagi's 49,000. That would have been nice to be able to sell out. Oh, we have a baseball stadium. Baseball stadium December, though? Probably not a good call. Probably not a good call. Oh yeah, we also have Chubus. I'm about to say, I think, yeah, we could run the Shiozaki Stadium. I gotta remember to delete the OPA one, as, yeah, because it's the same thing. Oh, but yeah, let's run it. It will be damn near a sellout. It'll be just barely. Not a sellout. Maybe we'll get some people in here. Oh yeah, I forgot about the backstage incident. Daniel Makabe. Okay, he's brightened the mood backstage after doing several funny cartoon drawings of some of his colleagues. Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Lucha Brothers Hiromu Naito was the main event last year. Golden Ace against the Bucks. Dragons and United Rage as well did really well. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty solid. Pretty solid. We do have a Young Lions matchup to open up the show, which is unique. That rarely happens for this, I feel like, but I think it's gonna go over pretty well. It should at least go over pretty well. Makabe and Gresham against Jay White and Miro. Why not have that be the main event? Miro's going to get the win, so a big win for the champions on the first night. That is massive. I do like Hiromu and Naito against the Order of Destruction. Also like, I don't know how Hook's going to do, so I kind of want to bump that down a little bit. But yeah, we'll go with LIJ versus the Order of Destruction. And Will Hobbs going to get the win over Hiromu, so it's a big win for the Dark Order team. They beat them last year, so 2 wins in a row in the Tag League. And they beat them even the year before that, so it's 3 years in a row. Hiromu and Naito have only just beaten them during a tag team title matchup. So when the belts are on the line, they bring it. But other than that, they just can't seem to figure out the team. Well, I was counting just the size too much for them. It's a dynamic duo tandem. Tetsuya Endo and Konosuke Takeshita against the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are going to get the win. So they've had a couple of matches in the mod. As far as most of them have been on independent shows. And they've won every single time, Endo and Takeshita. But this time, though, the Young Bucks are going to get the win. So the tag champs, both of them, are doing very well to start off the tournament. Claudio Castagnoli and Hook against Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. Lucha Brothers are going to lose as Hook gets the debut win over Pentagon Jr. He was going to complain, but Claudio was cracking his knuckles and glaring, and he had to change of heart afterwards. Then we'll have the Technical Masterclass matchup of the Headhunter and Tai Chi beating the United Empire team of Corey Jarvis and Josh Alexander. That's a big win for them. And then Dorada and Masahiro Hara. So we're actually going to have this be after that. I know it's kind of a weird kind of flow because of that, but because it's a Technical Masterclass matchup and then the Steel of Show matchup, just easier to have it be like this. Hopefully it goes over well, though. We should have a pretty jam-packed arena for this one. Yeah, 49,000 in attendance. As a 65 for the opener. The Headhunter and Tai Chi beating the Corey Jarvis, Josh Alexander team. Wrong game wins here. It's an upset. But back to belly pile driver win for the Headhunter over Corey Jarvis, which that's a big guy to be hitting that on. But shout out to Headhunter with a 51. His technical skills not really there. Compared to everybody else, but that's okay. 59 for Dorada and Masahiro Hara, as that's just a fun showing for Dorada as he gets the win with the corkscrew somersault senton bomb. Jesus, what a mouthful! But yeah, solid stuff there. There we go. 90 here from Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. against Claudio Castagnoli and Hook. Hook with a 49. Not great. Not a great start. Figured it'd be a little bit rocky to start off with, but he's only going to be up from here. His U.S. stats, though, like, when we book him on any time that we're going to be in the U.S. for, like, the New Beginning in the USA tour that's coming up, he'll be, like, in the 60s or 70s. He was, like, one of the top guys in AEW. It was so funny. But, yeah, nice little 90 there, and 89 for the Young Bucks against the dynamic duo tandem as Endo and Takeshita. I mean, that was close, thanks to Matt Jackson being off his game, but Nick Jackson was the best guy in the match, so glad he pinned Endo, who was the worst of the two. But a solid 89, that's not bad at all. 88 for Hiromu and Naito against the Order of Destruction. Very, very close, but an upset here as well. Hobbs pinning Hiromu with a Doomsday Plunge. Hiromu was the best guy in the match, but Calvin Tankman, though, with an 86 is awesome to see. Solid stuff. Solid stuff. And then 93 for our main event, Jay White and Miro beating Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham as Miro with a bullplex over Jonathan Gresham. Very, very close. Actually, it's another upset as well. It's a slight upset, but an upset nonetheless. But at least Miro beat Jonathan Gresham as far as the best guy beating the worst guy from each team. Solid first day, thank God. We had a 91. Thank Christ. But yeah, little slow start. But, at the end of the day, it still delivered in a pretty big matchup. So I should have stuck with that being the co-main, but that's okay. It is all right. We're going to give some love to Pentagon Jr. for... He was reluctant, but he'd still put him over nonetheless. Then we'll probably go Makabe. And we'll go Hiromu. That works for me. Night 1 in the books. Okay, nobody was hurt. As on to Night 2 we go. Alrighty, Day 2. As, obviously, we're now going to a smaller venue here. As Ishii passing on microphone work to Tomoya Harada. Let's see here. So, yeah, I don't want to run Kanto. We might just run Chubu since we just ran there. Might as well knock it out of the way, run the Toyoshi General Gymnasium. Nice little 1-2 show. So the main event, I'm liking the Lucha Brothers LIJ matchup. Those Lucha Brothers are going to win. 2 straight losses for LIJ. Big win for the Lucha Brothers, though, as they have had a couple of matches in the past. Last year, the Lucha Brothers beat them during the tag league, and then of course, month before, they had a tag league title matchup. They're 1-1. Going into this third matchup, the Lucha Brothers are going to win. It's a massive win. Ray Phoenix getting the win over Naito, and Naito's a little unhappy about that. Order of Destruction versus the Daniel Makabe Jonathan Gresham team. Another win for the Order of Destruction. I mean, again, just size alone gives them a much credible win. And they are... I've always loved, this team in Tankman and Hobbs. And, they're still showing that they are a vocal... I mean, I would say they're a top 3 tag team for what we have done in the save. A top 3 team for sure. They've been fantastic. We'll go with... Kind of depends on what we have as the Steal the Show matchup here. We might just go with Jarvis and Alexander. Yeah, this is a Techno Masterclass matchup. But House Torch are going to get the win, so that's 2 straight wins for the IWGP Tag Team Champions. So start off this tournament. Claudio and Hook against a dynamic duo tandem as Konosuke Takeshita beating Claudio Castagnoli. It's a big win for the dynamic duo tandem. Yeah, I think we'll keep that there. And then the Bucks against the Court of Justice. As this Steel Show matchup is Nick Jackson getting the win over Tai Chi and the Headhunter. As, yeah, I think that's a good little roundup of that. We might, but yeah, let's put it after that, actually. That's a good call. Then the opener, Nakamura and Kaji D'Amato against AJ Styles and Roderick Strong. Solid little tag match here, as Roddy's going to beat Kaji D'Amato. Thought about it as far as having that just be the Techno Masterclass matchup. We might actually do that. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do that. Might as well, right? We can now bump that up, and I'm liking it. Give this a little bit more time, and yeah. I think that's going to work well. Solid day 2. Solid day 2. I think it's going to be better than night 1, even though it's going to be set as a tour show. We'll see, though. Could be wrong. 74 for the opener, though, is very, very solid. Roderick Strong tapping out Kaji D'Amato, the Stronghold in 1937. That was good stuff. Good stuff. Nakamura with a 72, AJ with a 69, 68 for Roddy, and then D'Amato with a 57. 79 for the Young Bucks against Tai Chi and the Headhunter, as the Meltzer driver from Dick Jackson over the Headhunter in 947. 79 again from Claudio and Hook. Hook's already in the 50s after 2 matches. But yeah, Konosuke and Tetsuya Endo getting the win. The Wall of Takeshita over Claudio Castagnoli in 1945. Hell of a match. And he outperformed him. That makes sense. At 80 for Jarvis and Alexander against Jay White and Miro. Oof. Tough ratings there from Jarvis and Alexander. But Miro with the game over, though. Jay White, best guy in the match. Shout out Jay White. Good stuff. 80 for the Order of Destruction against Jonathan Gresham and Daniel Makabe. Tankman pinning Makabe with the Doomsday Plunge in 22:38. Very, very close, but an upset again. Makabe and Gresham, they were the better team, but we went the other way with it. And also with Tankman pinning Makabe. Makabe with an 85, Tankman with an 80. Some solid stuff. Got the crowd hotter, too. Ooh, cracked tailbone for Hiromu. Just great. Boy, that would have been a hell of a main event. Injuries, of course, derail it, and it's all just a big-ass clusterfuck, but at least we get a win from the Lucha Brothers. Sucks about the cracked tailbone, though. Luckily, it was just a tour show, so we didn't have to be full-on fucked over, but that could have been a lot worse. A lot worse. So, yeah, 2 days down, as we we'll probably take a look at the standings after day 4, just to kind of see where everybody's at. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on to day 3. Alrighty, day 4. So we do have a slight change. Rumba's been replaced by Sonata as the injury. It's going to be about 30-some days for him as far as to recuperate, and figured instead of having to work throughout the tour, throughout this tour, and just felt like it was just easier just to have Sonata replace him. I got a lot of backstage incidents, as Leona Fujinami helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage after finding a discarded karaoke machine and started an impromptu pre-show competition. This melodies and power ballads apparently stole the show. As Nakamura was the judge here, as Masahiro Ohara, was brought for a wrestler's court. He was expected to pick up a share of the tab of the shared rental car. Nakamura found him guilty and sentenced him to pay the full cost of Ray versus travel partners. So the man's getting paid like maybe $20 a shot. Probably not a good idea to do that, but that's okay. It's Ishii passing on tips on microphone work to Harada. So yeah, main event. It's a good question. Champions versus champions, probably a good call. Is the IWGP Tag Team Champions make it 3 straight in a row. Jay White gonna get the win over the Young Bucks. Massive stuff there. Yeah, then we'll probably go with the Order of Destruction versus the Lucha Brothers. Pentagon Jr. beating Calvin Tankman. What a win for the Lucha Brothers there over the Order of Destruction. And we got, we'll go with Dynamic Duo Tandem against LIJ, as Tetsuya Naito is going to get the win. Hopefully he beats Tetsuya Endo. That'd just be funny. As Makabe and Gresham against Corey Jarvis and Josh Alexander, United Empire. Colliding here, as Jonathan Gresham is going to get the win in 20 minutes. As they get to see who's the better of the two. And then the Steal the Show matchup for Hook and Claudio against the Court of Justice. So Claudio and Hook's going to get the win, as Hook will be winning there in 30 minutes. And then the United Empire versus the Dragon's Den team. As, Zack Sabre Jr., Gavin McGavin, Lee Moriarty taking on Harold Tamor, Kyle O'Reilly, and Daniel Garcia, as O'Reilly's going to beat Gavin McGavin. So the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions getting a big win. As, of course, with the impending Wrestle Kingdom main event between Zack Sabre Jr. and Harold Tamor, it just makes sense to have that be somewhere on this card. We're getting, it's getting tougher to find, never mind. I find one here, the Sendai Zambalazzo. Yeah, that's probably our best case scenario, yeah. Sendai Zambalazzo it is. Day 3 in the books. 82 for the opener. Not bad at all. Yeah, Garcia and Gavin McGavin, they were kind of the worst of their two teams. Zach was the best guy out of the match, as O'Reilly pinning Gavin McGavin with the Brainbuster. That's solid stuff. Solid stuff there. 71 for the Court of Justice versus Suzuki Gun, as a Hook pinning the Headhunter in 13:04. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll gladly take that. As far as off his game, it's Hook, but even with him being off his game, still, Claudio is close. But still, I would probably say the Claudio Hook team was the better team of the two, and got the crowd buzzing. So 82 for Makabe and Gresham against Alexander and Jarvis. Octopus Stretch from Gresham over Corey Jarvis in 20 minutes. 78 for the Dynamic Duo Tandem against Naito and Sonata. Wrong team wins here, as Konosuke Takeshita, best guy in the match by far. Naito pitting Takeshita with the Destino as well. Tough break. So, Naito almost was injured. That would have been just brutal. 84, though, for the Lucha Brothers versus the Order of Destruction matchup. Pentagon Jr. getting the win over Calvin Tankman with the armbar. Big win for the Lucha Brothers, as they get a massive, massive victory over the Order of Destruction. And our main event, Champions vs. Champions, the IWGP Tag Team Champions, standing strong and tall as Jay White pinning Matt Jackson with the Blade Runner. In 25-47, yeah, an 80. The Lucha Brothers Order of Destruction match was better, and I'm surprised it was only an 80, to be fair, but it's a solid little show. Sure, obviously it would have been a lot better if this was just a regular show, but that's neither here nor there, as, it's not the biggest point. So yeah, after day 4, we'll take a look at the standings to see how everything has played out. So far, it has been the Tag Team Champions, and Jay White and Miro just kind of running the table. Seems to be their league to lose, which, as far as for the Heavyweight Champions, or the Heavyweight Champions, just the IWGP Tag Team Champions, that's a massive get if they are able to win it all, and are able to select who they will defend their belts against. So that would be very, very massive to see. But still, a lot of days left. A lot can still happen. Alrighty, day 4, as we'll see if the tag champions can keep their good streak going, as they take on Claudio and Hook here. It's Matt Jackson and Shinsuke Nakamura. It's Matt Jackson's powerful wrestler's court, accused of being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner. You can't leave Nick Jackson at the airport or at the hotel. I'm assuming he'd be at the hotel, because obviously they're already here. So yeah, it makes no sense for him to be at the airport. So yeah, you gotta pick him up at the Tokyo Dome Hotel. Come on. It's the judge, though. Shinsuke Nakamura found him guilty and sentenced to pay for his travel for his meals for the next 3 shows. Well, shout out Nick Jackson for getting 3 free meals on this trip. As Yuji Nagata passing on tips on using psychology to the Garrett-O-Khan. Alrighty, so main event. I love that Lucha Brothers Makabe Gresham matchup. Yeah, we'll have that be the main. Ray Phoenix getting the win. It's a massive win. Of course, these two teams, boy, yeah, they had the. I'm surprised that the junior heavyweight tag team title match that happened a couple of years back wasn't better than '84, because these were just incredible teams and had some bangers throughout the years. But I think they'd even have a better match now. Sucks that this is just going to be a tour show, so it's not going to really reflect that. Maybe though, maybe it'd still be a solid little match. We'll have to wait and see. As far as we'll probably go Order Destruction dynamic duo tandem here is Tetsuya Endo gonna beat Will Hobbs. Big upset for DDT over the Order of Destruction. Suzuki-gun losing the House of Torture. Rather, Jay White's gonna beat Hook, so 4 straight wins. They are solidly in the lead for first in this tag league. As it's their tag league to lose for sure. House of Black, Task Force Death, that's definitely gonna be down the line. And Sonata and Naito against the Court of Justice. Technical mascots matchup as Naito's going to get the win. So that's, nice 2 straight wins for the Sonata Naito team after they lost 2 straight with the Hiromu Naito team. So maybe the change of pace has definitely helped them out. And then Corey Jarvis and Josh Alexander are going to beat the Young Bucks. That's a big win over the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. Massive, massive victory there. Then House of Black, Task Force Death. We have in this first New Japan match in his return, Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino, formerly the Strong Style, the Death Riders, if you will, as now part of Task Force Death, the newest member of Task Force Death with Jon Moxley, as they take on House of Black, as Moxley's going to beat Robbie Eagles in 20 minutes. I'm excited to see how he does. Yeah, that should be a fun kind of return match for him. I was thinking Kanto. I really was, but I think we're going to save that to the end of the tour, so I think we might just run. Yeah, it's going to be hard to. Yeah, Kyosho. Okay, never mind. Not going to be hard to figure out where we should run this show. Yeah, we'll go with the Baby Beacon Plaza for this one. Yeah, it's a 76 for the opener. Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Shota Umino. 77 for Moxley. That's not bad. I feel like he's gotten better since he's been gone. Gets wins a Death Rider over Robbie Eagles in 20 minutes. Big win. Big win. Love it. Malachi Black was off his game. Other than that, pretty perfect shot. A perfect match, rather. As Sonata and Naito beating Taichi and the Headhunter. As Sonata and Naito, the better team here, obviously, as Naito with a Destino in 18 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Little bounce back match from LIJ. Then the upset of Josh Alexander and Corey Jarvis against the Young Bucks here. Belly to back suplex, rather, from Corey Jarvis over Matt Jackson. Major victory from Corey Jarvis over Matt Jackson. Major. That's, future New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team title matchup there. For those 2 teams, Claudio and Hook against Miro and Jay White. As Miro and Jay White getting the win. Jay White pinning Hook with the Blade Runner. Another solid performance from the tag champs. Their 4th straight victory. Order of Destruction losing to the dynamic duo tandem. It's Konosuke with the, it's not even Konosuke, it's Tetsuya Endo with the moonsault press over Will Hobbs. Big win there from Tetsuya Endo. Major moonsault, major upset. Got the crowd hotter too. It's an 81 for our main event. Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix beating Jonathan Gresham and Daniel Makabe as the package pile driver foot stomp combination. The Fear Factor into the foot stomp. Big win from the Lucha Brothers. They were the better team, too, so that's awesome to see. Yeah, we'll gladly take that, as it's definitely, the tag team champions going against the grain of what usually happens in these round-robin tournaments. As far as the tag champs, they usually get off, or any type of champion, gets off to a slow start, but it just is what it is. Luckily, there's still some time left. A lot can still happen. A lot can shake about as far as what's the standings looking like. Just like with Naito and Aromu, they started off 0 for 2. Sonata comes in, they get 2 straight wins. So just right then and there, it can change that quickly. Hopefully, it does go well, as now we're taking forever to load. So we'll just load up the standings when we reload. Oh, there we go. I was about to send it off. But yeah, so tournament standings. So Jay White Miro with 8 points, 4 straight victories, haven't had a defeat yet. Lucha Brothers with 6. Then we have a big-ass tie in third with 4 points. Claudio and Hook, the dynamic duo tandem. Sonata Naito, the Order of Destruction in the Young Bucks. Everyone's gotten a point. So far, these first 4 shows, everyone's gotten a victory, some form or another. And yeah, we'll take a look at the standings again, probably after day 7. I think that's a good stopping point for the next time we'll see us for the standings. But yeah, on to night 5 we go. Alrighty, day 5, as we'll take a look here, see what's going to be the main. So we got, yeah, I think we're going to go Jay White and Miro against Tetsuya Naito and Sonata, 2 teams that have been on a roll, and the Sonata Naito team beating Jay White and Miro. Big win there from LIJ, as that has definitely swung a huge momentum shift in the standings, and they get a future tag team title matchup with that win as well. Yeah, then we'll probably go Bucks and Makabe and Gresham. As Makabe and Gresham beating the Young Bucks. So back-to-back losses for the Young Bucks. And we'll go the DDT team against the Lucha Brothers. Ray Fenix going to pin Indo. So that's... Now they're now tied for first with Jay White and Miro, or the Lucha Brothers. So we have... we'll probably go Order of Destruction versus the Court of Justice. Steal the show matchup. Will Hobbs beating the Headhunter. Then Jarvis and Alexander against Claudio and Hook, as Claudio Castagnoli is going to get the win for the Suzuki-gun team, which Suzuki-gun are in the opener as well, as it's going to be Kira Tozawa, Fred Yai, and Rex Steiner against Claudio, as Kyle O'Reilly, Daniel Garcia, and Show. So Rex Steiner's going to beat Show. Nice little opener, nothing too crazy there. As, yeah, I mean, we're pretty much ready to go. That was pretty straightforward and to the point. Nothing too crazy. I think we're going to run the Amino Value Hall here, since we got to run it sometime sooner or later. Might as well do it here. The 64 for the opener. Not the best of openers. O'Reilly with a 68. Show actually with a 52. I'm surprised he even performed that well. But yeah, Rex Steiner with a 46. Not great, but he gets to win the Steiner recliner over Show nonetheless. Better team wins, so at least there is that. Then Jarvis and Alexander losing to Hook and Claudio, as the very European uppercut from Claudio Castagnoli, pinning Corey Jarvis in 20 minutes. Not bad at all, as Claudio's almost in the 80s. And that is nice. It's the Court of Justice against the Order of Destruction. Order of Destruction, of course, much better team. Doomsday Plunge from Will Hobbs over the Headhunter in 13:22. Got the crowd buzzing. So that's nice to see. 77 from the dynamic duo tandem against the Lucha Brothers. Fear Factor into the double foot stomp again from the Lucha Brothers as they pin Indo here. Better team wins, but a fun match, though. I would love to see that, actually, in real life. That'd be pretty awesome. Ray Phoenix almost was injured. Thank God he wasn't. Young Bucks losing to Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham. I'm surprised this was an 89. Not exactly sure how that happened, but it did. And, I mean, there's some solid stuff, though. Nick Jackson, 83, 88 for Makabe, 78 for Gresham. Not bad at all. It's Makabe with the Makabe lock over Nick Jackson, getting the win at 24:55 in our main events in 80, as Miro and Jay White losing to Sonata and Tetsuya Naito, as wrong team wins. Bit of an upset. Sonata, though, pinning Jay White with the rounding body press. Obviously, if it was Hiromu and Naito, this would have went a lot better because the chemistry boost and whatnot. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, that's just the way she goes. But a hell of a co-main, though, with Makabe and Gresham against the Young Bucks. That was very, very solid to see. As, yeah, on to day 6. Here you go. Alrighty, day 6. Let's see, backstage incident. Milano Collection AT, and we're spoiling what he's going to be for the Aiza Collection NYC. He's, you know, the idea is to basically, the way, you know, Milano Collection AT, you know, a fashionista, he is gonna have that be passed down to Yasutaka Yano now, Izod Collection NYC. But there's gonna be multiple of like these Fashion Nova, or not Fashion Nova, Fashionista people. Fashion Nova's a whole other brand, but basically, because the four pillars of the fashion world, it's Milan, it's New York City, it's Paris. I'm blanking on the fourth one, but is it no, they did Milan, Paris, NYC. I was thinking it was, oh, forget it. Nonetheless, it's those four capitals are, as far as the major parts of the fashion world. And, we're gonna have like a little fashionista group, starting with Yasutaka Yano. Now, Izod Collection NYC. The reason why it's Izod Collection NYC is obviously he's the New York City, the representative of that capital of the fashion world. Izod Collection, they're a male fashion. I would say I guess you could say it's a collection. Literally, it's called the Izod Collection. That's in New York City. It's not the biggest brand, but it is what it is. It kind of I was needing something. He was almost supreme, which it would have been hilarious, but I just felt like that was too. That was too on the nose to being. We need something a little bit more. I wouldn't say classier, but a little less. I don't want to have somebody called Supreme, because shout out to the original Supreme, the deathmatch wrestler. But now, it's so. There's that. That's gonna be in the works, mainly in the new year. Because right now it's just we're just building them up. We're trying to get them better and better before we reveal them to the world. But yeah, the main event for this show, probably Order Destruction versus Jay White Miro. Of course, they had the tag team title matchup just at the previous show, and Jay White Miro won, but this time around, Will Hobbs and Calvin Tankman will win, as Hobbs is going to beat Jay White. But have they had multiple matches? Yes, and Jay White Miro has beaten them pretty much every time but once. Then they had the draw as well, so it's our second win for the Order Destruction. It's a nice win as well for them. Nice to see that. The dynamic duo tandem against Dan Makabe and Jonathan Gresham. Technical match class matchup. Never mind. I thought this was going to be the co-main, but Makabe is going to get the win there. So I guess that will mean Claudio and Hook against the Bucks will be the co-main, as Hook's going to get the win over the New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions. Poor Young Bucks there, as they are just racking up losses left and right. Sonata Naito against Josh Alexander and Corey Jarvis. Naito's going to get the win in 24 minutes. I kind of feel like this should maybe be the Technical Mass Class matchup instead. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Have this be a regular match, so it's the co-main. I give him a little bit more time, too. 26 minutes. Bump that up, yeah. Liking it. The Lucha Brothers against the Court of Justice. Steal the show matchup as Pentagon Jr. is going to get the win. So Lucha Brothers just keep up racking up wins. And Malachi Black and El Kukui against Eddie Kingston and Shota Umino. So there's going to be a 6-man matchup on the final show of the tour. It's going to be Tyler Black with Malachi Black. And it's just Tyler Black and Malachi Black, actually, against Eddie Kingston and Moxley. Just figured to do a little undercard version of that with Malachi Black and El Kukui against Kingston and Shota Umino. So El Kukui's going to beat Shota Umino in 10 minutes. What do we have to change here? Mighty Sami's given too much. Alright. Assuming he's got the main. Yep. Yeah, that'd be Davey. Sure. Alright. Well, that worked out well. Oh, yeah, well, I thought about running Kanto here. I guess it's... see if there's any other place that we haven't really ran. Oh, we haven't ran a lot of places, actually, now. So that works out. 2005, the Akiyama Convention Center. Should be a sellout for day 6 here. Alright, 66 for the opener. Not the greatest of openers, but Kingston and Malachi Black get the job done here. It's the Dream Destroyer from El Kukui over Shota Umino. 52-54, not the best ratings from those two, unfortunately. 75 from Sonata Naito against Jarvis and Alexander. Right team wins here, as Naito with a Destino over Corey Jarvis. I mean, the LIJ team just rolling. rolling right along. See Theodore jumping up here. So you see something on the wall, flying around, and he's scratching at it. How fun. As the Lucha Brothers versus the Court of Justice. Pentagon Jr. Submitting the headhunter with the cross armbar. Ray Phoenix with 84-70 for Pentagon Jr. Great win for the Lucha Brothers team. 76 from Hook and Claudio Castagnoli against the Young Bucks. Pretty close. Hook's still not there, but I think if this happens in the U.S., Hook's rating is way better, but he's just not there yet in Japan, but he's getting there. We all gotta start somewhere. 51 starting point is not bad, especially someone that is as young as Hook. But yeah, he gets the win over Matt Jackson. I gotta give him his finishers too. I gotta remember that after this episode. As the arm trap German suplex from Daniel Makabe over Tetsuya Endo. It's a nice win. Nice little matchup though, too. It's Makabe and Gresham 85-75. Not bad at all. Solid little 80 there. And the main event's an 82. We'll gladly take that. As the right team wins too. Hobbs and Dankman outperforming the tag team champions. Hobbs with the Doomsday Plunge over Jay White. Massive win there. And that is definitely going to shake up the standings even more. Which we'll take a look at the standings after day 7 here. But yeah, we just have day 7, 8, 9 left of the tour. And then we'll be at the final show of the Tag League. And we'll see the Tag League finals. We'll probably have multiple title matches as well. I know we're going to have a junior heavyweight tag team title matchup on the card. And Akira Tozawa, rather. And Fred Yaya against Kyle O'Reilly and Daniel Garcia. So I'm sure we'll have even more. Maybe a Never Openweight 6-man or something along those lines. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how everything goes. On to day 7 we go. Alright, at day 7. As that was backstage incident. Kojima passing a microphone work to Hiro Tamura. So yeah, we have Makabe Gresham against Claudio and Hook. Jason Lee against one of the Young Lions. And Suneo Tokudome as and Jay White and Miro against the Lucha Brothers. That's probably the main. Yeah, those two teams are definitely at the top of the list right now. As far as for the standings, Pentagon Jr. is going to beat Jay White. So the Lucha Brothers beating the House of Torture, back-to-back losses for the House of Torture as well. Young Bucks against Sonata Naito could be the co-main. Young Bucks getting the win over Sonata Naito. Big win for the Young Bucks team. Yeah, then we'll see here. Jarvis and Alexander against the Order of Destruction. Josh Alexander is going to beat Calvin Tankman. Big upset over the Order of Destruction. Court of Justice against the Dynamic Duo Tandem. Yeah, I think Endo going to get the win there. I think it would be best if we have this just be a regular match. But an upset, nonetheless, of Josh Alexander beating Calvin Tankman. That is massive. Then Makabe and Gresham against Claudio Castagnoli and Hook. As Jonathan Gresham is going to beat Hook, so it's a big win for the United Empire. As, a big night for them. 2 big wins over Suzuki-gun and Dark Order. I think putting it there is a good spot for it. And then Jason Lee against Suneo Tokudome as Jason Lee going to get the win in 10 minutes. Obviously, Young Lion going to lose there. Yeah, they want us to run Kanto. Don't think so. I think we'll run the Wakayama Fractional Gem. And for day 7. And should be a solid little show. 61 for the opener. That's actually not bad. As Hong Kong Tornado over Suneo Tokudome as Jason Lee. Good performance. 66. That's not bad. As, let's see what we get next. 75 for the Court of Justice versus the Dynamic Duo Tandem. Endo and Takeshita. Actually, Takeshita with the carry job here, because Taichi and Endo do about the same. Actually, it's legit the same 59s there. Headhunter with a 51, though. That's pretty brutal. Moonsault press, though, from Endo over the Headhunter. 77 from Jarvis and Alexander against Will Hobbs and Calvin Tankman. Just a massive upset here. TKO win from Josh Alexander over Calvin Tankman. That's a big motherfucker to be hitting that TKO on, too. That's a big man. That is a big man. Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham beating Claudio Castagnoli and Hook. As Gresham with the octopus stretch over Hook. It's a good win for Makabe and Gresham. Better team wins. It's a good match though, an 80. Okay, I take that. At 78 from the Young Bucks over Tetsuya Naito and Sonata is Nick Jackson with the 450 splash over Tetsuya Naito. That's crazy. That Naito was the worst guy in this matchup. It's wild. Wild to see. Then 82 for our main event. Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix beating the Miro Jay White team. It's Pentagon Jr. with the cross armbar over Jay White. 25-37. Massive stuff there. As, yeah, I want to say the Lucha Brothers, with that win, they have probably submitted themselves into being a either number 1 or number 2 team in the tag league right now. Just a massive run they have had. It's crazy to think. I think they had either 5 points or 6 points last year. To go from that to this, where they're potentially going to win it all, at least go on to the finals, that is just massive to see. Now it's taking forever to load. God damn it. But, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this tag league. Sure, the opening day did not hit as well as I thought it would. But, there's only been one injury. Luckily, it wasn't a serious one. So we've been lucky there. We also, have benefited from the fact that, really, I think, our tag league, we've been able to use new teams, and they've been able to turn out some big ratings throughout this time as well, so that's been massive. But yeah, after 7 days, this is what the standings are looking like. Lucha Brothers with 12 points. They would have to really blow it here at the end to not manage to make it to the end. Then the Order of Destruction: Jay White, Miro, Sonata, Naito, Jonathan Gresham, and Daniel Makabe, and then Claudio Castagnoli and Hook, all with 8 points. So it's crazy to think the Young Bucks are not going to be in the finals, because just the way this was going, it'd be a shocker at this rate. Just depending on what happens, though. I mean, they did beat, as far as if, depending on if it's Sonata and Naito, if they go on to win, but then like Jay White, Miro, Order of Destruction, and Claudio and Hook all lose, then potentially they could have something going for them. But that's just a lot of things have to go their way. They still have the Lucha Brothers left, and they still have the Order of Destruction as well. So 2 massive matches for them, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I would say the Lucha Brothers, they have their place seated at the table. Yeah, they got 12 points already. And I want to say that last year, yeah, they finished with 5. Yeah. 2 wins and a draw. Draw was against the Bucks. So that's just whiny, because they weren't in it the year before that, because they were still like a junior team in 2022 to have their full-on second year in the tag league to potentially win it all. Very, very massive to see there. On to Night 8 we go. Alrighty, Day 8. We'll see how the tournament wraps up here. Saw one of our new young lions. I haven't given him a picture yet. They literally just graduated like a couple days ago, and he's already making a mess backstage. Come on. You fuck. As knowing everyone else, as the judge Shinsuke Nakamura found them guilty and says, shut up and clean up and buy drinks whenever. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. I just combined like 3 different of the backstage incidents into one. He just sends them to clean it up and then buy drinks whenever the show. Which, I mean, he's making what? $10, $20 a shot? Probably should not be making that man pay for some drinks. So the main event, we got Jay White and Miro against the Dynamic Duo Tandem. That's a solid little... Oh, I think I forgot to change the name of that. So let's go ahead and do that. But Sonata and Naito are going to be Claudio and Hook. I guess we'll go ahead and add that since we just showed it. It's a big win there as Jay White and Miro. Dynamic Duo Tandem, sure we'll add that there. As Miro's going to get the win. It's a big win for the tag champs after going on a bit of a skid. Order of Destruction versus the Young Bucks. These two teams have had a lot of matches in the past. They had that Dominion match. Was it, I thought they had a Dominion match. Maybe they did. They had the Best Super Juniors finals. That was a 6-man, but I could have swore they had it. Yeah, it was the Autumn Attack in National Stadium. So I guess it was not at Dominion. I was thinking they had a Dominion match. But yeah, they've had a couple of big time matches. Order of Destruction beat them last year. And the Young Bucks are going to beat them this year, though. So they've had a lot of matches back and forth, though. For fucking sure. Well, Lucha Brothers versus Josh Alexander, Corey Jarvis. Ray Phoenix is going to beat Josh Alexander. So another win for the Lucha Brothers. 14 points. I think it's safe to say they're going to be in the finals. Then the Court of Justice against the United Empire. It's Makabe and Gresham beating the Court of Justice of Taichi and the Headhunter. And then the opener, Blast Off versus United Empire. Of course, we're going to have, Walter and Ibushi IC title matchup at Wrestle Kingdom. But a little 6-man matchup here. A little build up to that. Zabe is going to beat Gab McGavin in 20 minutes. Yeah, I think we're finally going to run a Kanto show. We've been pushing that back as long as we can. Run a Cork and All show. Why not, right? It's fun. Cork and Hall rules. 83 from Blast Off and United Empire. Fumino Abe submits Gavin Gavin with a figure 4 leg lock. It's a big win. Yeah, I mean, Bushi does well, Abe does well. Really just kind of Gavin Gavin, Jason Lee didn't really pull their weight for their teams. But other than that, it's a solid opener. Very, very good. As Court of Justice, losing to Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham. As Gresham with the Spike Driver over the Headhunter. Tough break for Yoshihashi, as he's just kind of going on a bit of a skid here in this tag league, for sure. It's an 82-72 for the Lucha Brothers over Josh Alexander and Corey Jarvis. 80 overall for the match. Again, Lucha Brothers, they've just been, they've been clicking. They've been riding a wave of momentum after losing their first two, and they just can't be stopped right now. Order Destruction versus the Young Bucks. Young Bucks getting the win. Our wrong team wins, but it's an upset. And Nick Jackson with a Meltzer driver over Calvin Dingman. Matt Jackson's going to get his back blown out by doing that. But an 84, though, so that was nice to see. As Endo and Takeshita against Jay White. Miro with the game over Takeshita. It's crazy. It was very, very close to these two teams. I mean, it was very, very close. Very, very close. And so that could have went either way, honestly. And then, yeah, probably shouldn't have had this be the main event. Probably should have swapped that out, especially with knowing Hook's going to be like in the 50 range. Naito with a 63 as well, but Claudio and Hook losing to Sonata and Naito. Sonata with the rounding body press over Hook. Claudio was the best guy in the match, though, so shout out Claudio. Yeah, we should have had this be the main. Swap that out with that, yeah. We just kind of fucked that up a little bit with the shows, as far as how it was lined up. But, yeah, we're going to see who will be joining Lucha Brothers on that final show. As, it's our last tour show. We'll see how kind of everything plays out. We'll take a look at the actual final show as well after we run the last tour show, the last tournament night. And, yeah, I mean, it should be a fun little end to this tag league that's gone relatively well. We've had some big matches, not extremely big, but we've had some big ones. I was hoping we'd get a 98-99, but that didn't happen. So that just kind of is what it is. Hopefully, everything goes well with this final show, though, because it would suck if somebody gets hurt right here at the final show. Alright, to see who will be joining Lucha Brothers. As it is a Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks matchup as the main event, but Ghetto has helped create a relaxed atmosphere when he set up a barbecue outside and cooked for everyone. What a pop. As Leona Fujinami brightened the backstage area by simply being so cheerful and fun to be around. Way to go, Leona Fujinami. What a boss. As, yeah, we'll probably have that be the main. Even though it's a kind of weird main event when you kind of think of it from that perspective. But because it's two of the very best battling it out, that's why I want it to be the main. And right before the 30-minute mark, the Lucha Brothers will get the win, so they will finish with 16 goddamn points. That is a shit ton. And they beat the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. So we have Claudio Castagnoli and Hook against the Order of Destruction, which the Order of Destruction will lose here. So that's a massive win for Claudio and Hook, because that, of course, jumps them up to 10, but it also stops the Order of Destruction from jumping up to 10, so that's finishing out with double-digit points. Pretty massive for the Suzuki-gun team. They got Makabe and Gresham against Sonata Naito, as Makabe and Gresham will beat the LIJ team. It's a big win there, as I want to say that's going to jump them up to 12. It will, so it comes down to Jay White and Miro. So Jay White and Miro, they beat Makabe and Gresham. So, depending on what happens in their matchup, that will potentially be what the finals is. They have the Court of Justice. In a massive upset, Tai Chi gets the win thanks to interference from Juice Robinson. So Juice Robinson sticking his nose somewhere that doesn't belong, costing Jay White and Miro their chance at the finals. Massive, massive change and turn of events. So the finals will then be, as far as Konosuke Takeshita and Tetsuya Endo are going to beat the United Empire as well. We're just going through all that. But yeah, the finals will then be Makabe and Gresham against the Lucha Brothers. So that should be a banger of a finals, if I do say so myself. And then Golden Ace against Volter in the Great Okan. As Tanahashi's going to beat the Great Okan in 20 minutes. I believe we're going to give this. We're going to let it be right before the main event. I think it's a fun way of going about it to build up to the Ibushi-Volter matchup. And also, as we will shortly go over the card here, as I'm just going to add Makabe and Gresham to this. Alright, so the card for the Real World Tag League is as followed. So let's copy it over. Alright, so the Tag League Finals. Lucha Brothers. This is Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham, two teams that have never been in the finals before. Massive tournament events there. As far as whoever wins that, obviously is taking on Jay White and Miro. We're also going to have Zack Sabre Jr., Volter, and the Great Okada United Empire taking on the dream team of Golden Ace, Ibushi, and Tanahashi with Hayato Tamura. Since, basically, taking 3 singles matches happening at Wrestle Kingdom, putting them into the big 6-man as the co-main, should be fun. Should be fun to see how that plays out. Moxley and Kingston against House of Black, of course. We talked about that already. Tyler Black and Malachi Black there, teaming up against Kingston and Moxley. New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team title matchup. Claudio Castagnoli and Hook against the Young Bucks in a New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team title matchup. Also going to have Kazuchika Okada and El Hero Del Airbender against Juice Robinson and El Fantasmo. That should be fun to see. And then Tozawa and Freya against the Dragon's Den Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. And the Suzuki-gun against Dark Order. I think we're going to change that now. I think that's the plan. As I actually think we're going to change some of this around a little bit. So we're going to have this follow this. Alright, so yeah, instead of Claudio and Hook, we're going to have it be Jarvis and Alexander, actually. So, Corey Jarvis and Josh Alexander. Alright, against the Young Bucks. Want to make sure that we have 8 matches as well, because there's 2, 4, 6, yeah, we're missing 1. I was thinking of having an IWGP Tag Team title matchup, but we might not do that. Kind of depends. Kind of depends on what's kind of left. Yeah, well, let's just take a look here. Because, yeah, White in Miro. We'll just click on Miro. Yeah, Order of Destruction. And Lucha Brothers, Naito, Sonata. Yeah, we might do that. Have it be Naito and Sonata. I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. So, yeah. That will be the card. Perfect. Look at that. And the card as we go about it. So that's nice. So now we don't have to really recap anything, all the changes. And then, yeah, Jay White and Miro. Tough tour for a lot of those guys to work, 10 days basically, but it will all be worth it. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll all be worth it. Yeah, 3 title matches though on the final show. A lot happening. A lot happening, that is for sure. As, yeah, we'll pick a venue. Trying to think where we haven't ran. I think we've pretty much ran everywhere. Oh, no. Let's see what we get. 1,500 for the Kazuhiro City Tourism International Exchange Center. Sure. That works for me. 73, though, for the Court of Justice against Jay White Miro. Big upset here. Jay White causing the loss here because of the Juice Robinson interference. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. As, yeah, a little dastardly act from the Court of Justice, stealing one over House of Torture and costing them the final spot. 72 for the dynamic duo tandem of Corey Jarvis and Josh Alexander. Takeshita with a touchdown over Corey Jarvis in 12:23. Not a bad match, yeah. Takeshita with a 75-69 for Endo. Alexander with a 58 rather for Jarvis. Not bad. Not bad. 80 for Hook and Claudio against the Order of Destruction. Claudio was the neutralizer over Will Hobbs. 22-08, big win from Suzuki-gun there. And 81 from Makabe and Gresham against Sonata and Naito as Makabe with the Makabe lock over Tetsuya Naito. Major victory there from Makabe and Gresham, as that makes them the, as far as going on to the finals. Then the little tournament tag matchup, Walter and the Great Okan against Tanahashi and Ibushi. Is Tanahashi the iFly Flow over the Great Okan. In the main event's an 88, God bless him. Fear Factor into the foot stomp combination from Ray Phoenix says, yeah, of course, they just always have fantastic matches against each other. And yeah, let's see if Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. will be the first ever Lucha team to ever win the tag league. That'd be pretty awesome. Or will it be Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham? You know, two teams that have won the Super Junior Tag League and now looking to win the Heavyweight Tag League. That'd be pretty awesome too, just from that perspective of an achievement. But yeah, that's basically all I have to talk about going into the final show. Yeah, you guys have seen the card. Looking pretty stacked. I think it's going to be a pretty solid Tag League Finals. I think it's going to be one of the better shows that we've ever ran as a Tag League Finals, to be honest. If all goes well, though, obviously. If an injury happens, it might fuck everything up, but that's the way she goes. You got to roll the dice with that type of stuff. And yeah, on to the Tag League Finals we go. Alrighty, the World Tag League Finals 2024 for New Japan. So yeah, this episode now, you're definitely seeing that's going to be uploaded on Thursday. Got a phone call from the old Mad Dog, and we're just catching up on things, and because I'm going to be watching Bentley here relatively soon, so just updating me on that. End up being like an hour long conversation, but yeah, well, as far as our main event, of course, Tag League Finals, Lucha Brothers versus the Dan Markley Jonathan Gresham team, but Tomohiro Ishii passing on microphone work to Harada before we get to the show. Yeah, so we'll have, obviously, that be the finals, being the main event, Makabe and Gresham against the Lucha Brothers, and the Lucha Brothers will win. So that is massive. Oh yeah, we gotta change. Yeah, we gotta change the minimum of that. I'm glad that told me. I think I went the other way with it when they warned me when I added that to the pre-show, or to the pre-booking page, yeah. I'll go with small. There we go, yeah, instead of middleweight. Worked for me. Alright, so, see if that changed it. Okay, I think it did. Hopefully it did. Yeah, then the co-main, that crazy-ass six-man, is United Empire vs. Tamura and Golden Ace. Tamura's going to beat the Great Okan. It's a fun little win. Usually, of course, we go with the established team getting the win, but with a little special, you know, as far as the big three, if you will, with Tamura, with Ibushi, and Tanahashi. I just love that team, and feel like it's a fun little win, too, nonetheless. And we'll have a little post-show press conference about them as well, so that should be fun to discuss. IWGP Tag Team title matchup, Sonata and Naito against Jay White and Miro and Jay White will retain. So that is our matchup set for the Wrestle Kingdom show. So that's awesome to see. We'll have Moxley and Kingston against Tyler Black and Malachi Black. Moxley's going to beat Malachi Black. We'll also have New Japan Strong. Openweight Tag Team title matchup is Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks beating United Empire. Josh Alexander losing to Nick Jackson there. That's like their third defense. Something along those lines. Then Okada and El Hijo del Airbender against the Court of Justice. As El Hijo del Airbender beating El Fantasmo. We're also going to see some interference from Jay White. Little revenge there. As far as to, as far as Jay White attacks him on the apron. Type of thing. You know, going into their, as far as their matchup later on in the night. Type of thing, like, he's just kind of waiting and watching. Then the junior heavyweight, tag team title matchup. Akira Tozawa, about said it again. Akira Tozawa and Freddie Ai of Suzuki-gun against the Dragon's Den team. Kyle O'Reilly gonna get the win, retaining their junior heavyweight tag team titles. And then Suzuki-gun against Dark Order. Brody Lee's gonna get the win for the Dark Order team. It's a tough loss for Suzuki-gun. But I just felt like Dark Order, it's a much better team, even though it is, fuck it. Let's have Claudio beat Brody. Fuck it. Let's go with it. Go with our gut. Nice. Brody's now furious with that. That's okay, we'll pay him off. We'll be fine. Alright, so the post-show stuff. We're gonna have with, of course, the Champions League, Jesus Christ. Press conference. Tag League winners. Of course, Lucha Brothers. Very, very excited for them. big win. Big win indeed. As we're also going to have, as far as, when they get to the back, Task Force Seth are there, and Moxley specifically laying out the challenge to Tyler Black. We hyped up the surprise, vignettes, not exactly who it was, but it reveals to be Moxley, of course, on the Strong taping, the first week of December Strong taping. And he has issued the challenge for the death match against Tyler Black. So a little promo there as well. And just a big night for the Task Force Death squad. We'll have... We'll show... press conference as we'll have it be Court of Justice, COJ, Juice Robinson, and Harold Meij are involved in this. There's also with Okada, Honare, Headhunter, and we already did Tai Chi. We need El Fantasma. Perfect. So they're going to be not rated. Okada's going to be off screen, but he'll be rated off overness. Then entertainment. So basically, Juice is still, not accepting this challenge from Okada. Still saying, I have nothing to prove, And the Harold Meij is finally just like, listen, I'll give you, I've spoken to Okada, and we'll give you whatever you want from a stipulation perspective to get this match done. Because this is a big-time matchup, it's a big-time show, Wrestle Kingdom's a big deal. We want to have Kazuchika Okada on the card, we want to have you on the card, and just kind of pumping him up a little bit to see if maybe that will potentially get him to go with it. And he goes, all right, how about if I beat Kazuchika Okada, he's gone from New Japan. So Harold Meij is like, oh, okay. Well, we can make that happen, but just so you know, to make it a wager match, both, there has to be something on the line for you as well. And he's just kind of thinking, he's just like, I'm not putting my career on the line here in New Japan. And Harold Meij is just like, you know what? You don't even have to, don't have to say anything more. If you're so confident in that you can beat Kazuchika Okada, you're going to send him out of New Japan forever. Why not put your group on the line? This Court of Justice, you've been talking about injustice, you've been talking about wanting to right the wrongs of New Japan. If you can't send out Okada, a man that ran roughshod over this promotion, a man that was at the top of the top for 10 years, the Rainmaker himself, that has changed his ways. It's now about peace, it's not about, the fancy cars, the fancy jewelry, the fancy clothes. He's about Zen. He is trying to embark on this journey. And you guys are impeding that journey. So why not put it all out there? You don't even need to be here anymore. The Court of Justice. Justice is being served organically. We're changing the way things are going. Organically. And so, here we have it. The match is set. Against probably Juice Robinson's best wishes. But we have our stipulations. Juice wins. Okada's gone. Okada wins, Court of Justice disbands. The wager match. Very, very excited to see how that plays out. But, and then we'll probably have maybe a post-show press conference from United Empire. Just being like, listen, we lost today, but we'll win when it matters the most come Wrestle Kingdom time. So that's going to be fun to talk about as well. But yeah, Zach, Fulter, the Great Okan. Sick. Awesome. So yeah, now we have, as far as with that being said, we can now talk about the card for Wrestle Kingdom. Let's go ahead and show that now. So the Wrestle Kingdom card goes as follows. Of course, the main event, IWGP Heavyweight title match of Hayato Tamura versus Zack Sabre Jr. We have Kota Ibushi versus Volter for the IC title, US title death match between Jon Moxley and Tyler Black, never openly title matchup, Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. Of course, the newly added, finally put the pen to paper, Kazuchika Okada versus Juice Robinson matchup. with the wagers on the line. New Japan Strong Openweight title match, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the Great Khan. Then a four-way, as we saw on the Strong tapings, the past couple of ones. Dante Martin, Fuminara Arabe, and El Hiro del Airbender winning a qualifying matchup to qualify for the four-way that's happening at Wrestle Kingdom for the Junior Heavyweight title. Ryu Lee, El Hiro del Airbender, Fuminara Arabe, and Dante Martin. Gonna be a high-octane four-way there. I'm excited to see how that plays out in the course tag team title matchup. Lucha Brothers versus Jay White and Miro. Pretty low on the card when you kind of think about it, because we have like a row of singles matches throughout the rest of that card, but I just feel like this is the best place for it right now, and then a junior heavyweight tag team title matchup to open up the show. Moriarty and Drew Gulak against Dragon's Den, as that's going to be a fun opener as well, I think. That's going to hopefully kick the show off to a great start. But yeah, we're going to have, as you see, it is a 9-match card. Almost every title on the line, except for the Never Openweight 6-man and the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. But other than that, because obviously the Never Openweight 6-man, that's, you know, that's usually done on the New Year's Dash show, the little, as far as the gauntlet match. So we'll be doing that then. But yeah, that's what we're building towards. That is the card. Set in stone. No more additions, no more subtractions, hopefully. As long as nobody gets hurt, that'd be a goddamn shame. But hopefully everything goes well. As, we should probably change this. Actually, I want to put this after that. Yeah, good call. Alright. Oh, I forgot to pick a venue. I'd say I'm a stadium. That's alright. That's fine by me. Claudio Castagnoli pinning Brody Lee with a neutralizer in 1958. Kind of wish we picked somewhere that wasn't Kanto, because we would at least been able to run the National Stadium no problem. So that sucks, but it is what it is. As Claudio, though, pinning Brody Lee with a neutralizer. I think that was the right decision. Rex Steiner, though, was terrible with a 38. It was brutal. 76 from Tozawa Nyea against Daniel Garcia and Kyle O'Reilly. As Kyle O'Reilly with an 81. It's a solid performance there from him as he gets on the ankle lock over Fred Yai. It's a nice win, too. That's the first defense. Their junior heavyweight tag team titles. As Okada and Hiro del Airbender against El Fantasmo and Juice Robinson. As a 630 from Airbender over Fantasmo. And we see the Jay White interference getting a little revenge there as well. That was nice to see, as the Young Bucks beating Jarvis and Alexander. Meltzer Driver from Nick Jackson over Josh Alexander. That's their fourth defense, surprisingly enough, of the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. They've been on a fucking run. As of late in 87, from Moxley and Kingston against Malachi Black and Tyler Black. Love it. Absolutely love it. Death Rider from Moxley on to Malachi Black. I'm excited for that match for sure. Hopefully the death match goes over well. The sixth defense for the IWGP Tag Team Champions here of Jay White and Miro as they beat Sanada and Naito. The Bullplex of Miro over Sanada. And a 98 for the 6-man of United Empire versus Tanahashi, Ibushi, and Hayato Tamura. What a 6-man, as Okan taking the jackhammer from Hayato Tamura. Of course, they have their history as well. Worst guy in the match loses. I don't mind that at all. Don't mind at all. 96 for our main event, as the New Japan World Tag League Finals comes to an end with the Lucha Brothers beating the Gresham Makabe team. Love it. Absolutely love it. Glad that was a 96. That should be a banger, though. Lucha Brothers versus Jay White and Miro. Hopefully. Well, the promos didn't really do all that well, unfortunately. Well, there's 70 there. 52 there. Oh, air mines. Pretty bad. Tough. But that's okay. Luckily, those things aren't really rated. So 95 for the show rating. We'll take it. Co-main and main did well. I think it really did pretty well, actually. We could have been a little bit better here, a little bit better there, but it's not the biggest of deals. It just sucks that we ran the Sayama Stadium. So I wish I would have picked another venue. But I ran it a little too fast. Honestly, Gresham. Let's go Gresham, Ibushi, and Zack. Because they did really well in their performances, if I do say so myself. Actually, Tyler Black. He was great in this tag match. Awesome stuff. Alrighty, well, that will do it for 2024. In the books, wrapped up, taken care of, and now Wrestle Kingdom is on the horizon. You've seen the card. You know what's at stake. So many championships, so many stories to be told, to be finished, to be started. A lot happening. A lot happening for sure. We have a long and big task of being able to try to outperform the previous Wrestle Kingdom with that 100. Jesus, I mean, that was such a hell of a card that we put together. It's going to be tough, but we're going to try to give it our all. That's all we can really ask for. As, yeah, we will catch you guys next time for Wrestle Kingdom. Take care, everyone.